Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today? So today we are actually going to be talking about something that's really important. So we'll just sit back and relax and let's start talking about it. So today we are going to be talking about the importance of having a waifu. Actually, no, that's not what we're going to be talking about today. We are actually going to be talking about con safety. So things that you should be on the lookout for, things that you should do at a con to stay safe, and just in general, just being cautious and safe at a con. So we're going to be talking about all these, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to do this in orders of processes. So getting to the con, all the way to leaving to the con. So let's start off with going to the con. Okay, so first of all, don't blow your entire bank account to go to a con, okay? Like, it's fun to go to a con, but make sure you're not using all your money to go there. Like, get your bills paid before you go to a con. So, con is second to life. But that's besides the fact. Going to a con, make sure you're packing your car responsibly. Don't throw everything in your car in a way where you can't see out of it, because you are going to be driving. Sometimes it's only 5 minutes, sometimes it's 5 hours, sometimes it could be longer than that. So please, if you're packing your car, do it in a responsible manner to where you can actually see out your car, because I've seen a lot of people get in the car wrecks on the way to cons, and it made their con experience so bad because they got into a car wreck, and the entire con they was worrying, how am I going to pay for this? What's going to happen? How will this affect my insurance? And it's just really stressful to like go through that on your way to a car. Plus you might get hurt in the car accident. So please be reasonable with your packing, and like, don't just shove everything in your car. Like, pack it nicely. Now, obviously, not everyone is going to have that problem. Some people only take like 1 or 2 cosplays to a con. Some people only take a suitcase to a con. Some people only take nothing to a con except for a few pairs of clothes. So, not everybody is going to have that problem. Mainly, that is for like the people who take their sewing machine, their dress form, 20 cosplays. I've seen my friend actually goes to a con and she will change cosplays like 3 to 5 times every day. So there's a lot of people who will actually do this. So some people will deal with this, some people won't. But this next thing, if you're going to a multi-day con and you're going to a hotel, you're going to deal with this. So let's talk about the second thing. Okay, so this next thing only applies to people who check into a hotel and bring their stuff in before they check in. Some people will leave their stuff in the car locked, and some people have their friends sitting in the car with their stuff, but some people will bring their stuff in before they get checked in, and this applies to them. If you're going to bring your stuff in before you check in, make sure you come in with at least one other person, just so they can watch your stuff while you're checking in, because this has happened multiple times to my friend. They will turn around and check in and someone will just walk off with a bag. Like, this bag might be something that contains $2, or it might be something that contains $1,000 worth of stuff. You never know. And it might be even more than that. Like, this might be your camera, this might be your cosplay, this might be your bank account information, this might be your personal information like your social security number or something like that. So please have someone there to look after your stuff while you're checking in, because people will take advantage of you and steal when you're not looking, even at a con. So please be safe and be cautious when you're checking in. And if you can't have someone watching your stuff, then put it like next to you, or have it next to you so you can see if someone's coming to you, if you know what I mean. Sometimes the clerk would like look out for your stuff, like, hey, is that your stuff? Someone's messing with it or something like that, and that's great, but you can't always depend on them to point that out for you. So it is always best to have someone there looking after your stuff while you're checking in. Okay, so this next part is like the most important. Make sure you are constantly drinking water and staying hydrated, and that you're eating, and also that you're sleeping. Like, really, sleep, eat, and drink at a con. Like, you don't want to go home and die. You don't want to die on the con floor from dehydration. You don't want to end up in the hospital after 2 days of being at a con, because it's really awful, really bad experience, and that money is gone. That you bought your ticket, hotel room, all that money is gone because you didn't eat or sleep or drink because con. I know it's fun to have fun at a con. I know it's fun to go around, and I know things like buying figures are really cool, but staying hydrated and eating are important to live. You don't need this to live. You need food to live. So make sure you are constantly eating and drinking at a con, and sleep at night if you can. I know some people can go 3 days without sleeping, and I'm guilty of this. I was up for 38 hours one time at a con. I think I might have been up a little bit longer than that once, but that's like, that was really bad, really stupid on my part, because I ended up sleeping for like 18 hours straight and I missed an entire day of con. So it's not really good to miss an entire day of con because you stay up for like 2 days straight and then you need a lot of sleep. So make sure you are eating, drinking, and sleeping whenever possible. Some people only need like 2 hours of sleep, and you know, that's better than no sleep. So if that's what you're going to do, at least do that. Okay, so this next thing is really important. Not as important as, you know, living, but it is important. Don't leave your stuff lying around. It happened to my friend recently at Katsukan. He left his camera equipment on the ground. Never would have thought it would have been gone, but he turns around and it's gone. His entire passion just stolen from him. And he had his video equipment stolen. And as a fellow photographer, and considering he's my friend, I can relate to that on a very deep level. And I could not imagine how it would feel to have your entire passion just ripped away in a second. So it's really heartbreaking, and it's really sad to have your stuff stolen away, because there are people who will do that. There are people who don't care about you and what you feel. They will take your stuff just to get their next fix, or to sell it to get money. And this stuff does happen at cons. This stuff happens everywhere. So please keep an eye out for your stuff. If you're buying something at a con, take it up to the hotel room, or put it in your car, lock the car, hide it. Don't just leave it laying around. And my friend didn't leave his stuff just laying around, just walked off. He had it on the ground, turned around, or something like that, and it was gone. So even people will like steal your stuff even if it's right next to you. Like, if it could be right next to you and you could just have your back turned and it's gone. So please be careful about where you put your stuff when you're eating, when you're resting. Like, it's okay to put your stuff down. Like, if you bought like 3 bags worth of stuff, it's okay to put your stuff down, but make sure you're keeping an eye on it, because people will take your stuff. And it's sad to say that, because the cosplay community and the con community is so great in general, but it's that like 2% of people who are making it bad. It's that 2% of people who will take your stuff, who will take your passion away from you, that will take the stuff that you like paid for. And it's sad to say that, it's sad to see this, because this community is great. This community is awesome to be in. And my friend started GoFundMe, and this community came together and helped him. And he reached his goal. He's buying a new camera, and it's amazing to see that the cosplay community and the con community came together and helped him. And it's not going to be like this in every situation. I'm sad to say that, but I'm glad that they was able to help him. But please just be on the lookout for your stuff, because anything can happen. People will take your stuff. Now it's time to ruin everybody's fun plans for the con. If you're going to drink at a con, please be responsible. I personally know people who will go to a con and chug an entire bottle of whiskey, and they end up passed out. They have to go to the hotel room, and they're up there all night, and they miss out on the rave, they miss out on the dance, they miss out on all the after night things. So it's just really bad to chug an entire bottle of whiskey, believe it or not. But that's not the only thing I'm talking about. If you're going to drink at like a bar, don't take a random drink from someone. I know this sounds obvious, but people still do it. If someone walks up to you with a cup, I'm like, hey, you want some of this? I don't care if that's like some $5,000 whiskey or whatever. Don't take it. Like, not even a sip, because you don't know what's in that. That could be LSD, it could be some other drug. You just don't take it. It could end up very bad for you. You might end up tripping or something else. And you don't want to go through that, especially if you don't know you're going to go through that. So don't take a unopened drink from someone. Now, if someone buys you like a beer, like a can of beer, like a bottle of beer, and it's like closed, that's fine. That's something else. As long as you're legal aged, like, to drink alcohol, then take it. But don't take an open drink. And if they want to buy you a drink, like something like last year, like AWA, well, not last year, 2017 AWA, they had Cowboy Bebop drinks. Well, they at least had one drink that was named after Cowboy Bebop. But if you wanted to buy a drink like that and they wanted to buy it for you, and the waiter or waitress gives it to you, then that's fine. Just don't take it from them themselves, because they might put something in it. And if you plan on getting completely wasted at, the con, have your friend with you there, because something might happen. You might pass out, you might say something to someone that you don't mean, and it might start a fight or something like that, and your friend can be there like, they don't know what they're saying, they didn't mean it, they're drunk, whatever. So please make sure you have someone there with you if you plan on getting completely wasted, because you might end up passing out. Someone might take your wallet. You don't know what will happen. So having someone there who is sober is going to be really beneficial for you, because you don't want to lose all your money because you passed out on the floor, and you don't want to end up like tripping and falling and passing out on the floor. And you want to make sure you get up to your hotel room before you pass out. Let me just say that. But so please drink responsibly and don't drive. There's been people who will drive after they drink at a con, and trust me, it's not worth it. You might get ticketed, you might hit someone. It's not worth it. So please, if you're going to drink, don't drive. If you have someone who's going to drive you, or you have an Uber coming to pick you up, that's something else. You can do that then, but don't drive, especially after you drink a lot. So that's it for drinking responsibly. Just be responsible with drinking. Okay, so the final thing is really important. Leaving. Checking out your hotel room, first of all. make sure you check everything. Make sure you have everything. I have personally left something in my room before. Had to go back, talk to the front associate or the front desk office person, whatever, and had to explain to them why I need back in that room. And luckily, I was able to find it. If at all is possible, make a list of what you bring so you know what you brought. Have everything written out, like, okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. Check it off as you're packing it into your car to go to the con, and check it out when you pack it up, check it out when you put it in your car. Because you don't want to lose something, especially if that thing is really important, like, you know, waifus. Like, you don't want to forget your waifu, but make sure you don't forget anything, because trust me, it would suck to drive like 3 hours home and realize, oh wait, I left something that I spent $100 on at the hotel. And you have to call up the hotel, be like, hey, yeah, I was in this room number, did you find anything? And if the hotel is honest, then you might have a chance of getting your stuff back. I mean, you might have to pay gas to go all the way back down there, but you might get your stuff back. So it's best to avoid the situation if all possible. So make sure you, like, all remembering everything. What I personally do is I put my stuff up in the car first and lock it. And if I have a friend, I'm like, hey, you want to stay down here for a minute and watch the stuff while I go up and make sure I get everything? And they're usually okay with it. So I would go back up to the hotel room, look everywhere, under the bed, in the bath, under the toilet, in the toilet, in the dressers, underneath the TV, under the dresser. I will look everywhere, even on the back balcony. Even if I never went on the back balcony, I will still be looking now, because I don't want to forget anything. So make sure you are remembering to look for stuff that you might lose. My friend left a charger there. Luckily it was just a charger, and it didn't really have much value, so luckily it was only a phone charger. But that being said, make sure you are at least remembering everything, packing up, because like I said, it would suck to leave something at the con and have to drive all the way back. Okay, and also make sure you sleep well before you leave a con. Like, it would suck to only get like 30 minutes of sleep and then have to drive 3 hours back home when you're dead tired. It's bad for you, it's bad for the other drivers, because you might get into an accident. So please make sure you sleep decent before you leave the con, the night before you leave the con. Some people will leave the morning, some people will just stay until the night, some people will just leave throughout the day. So it's really up to you when you leave, but make sure you sleep well before you leave the con, because I don't want you getting into a wreck and not being able to go to a con anymore, because things happen when you get into a wreck. So make sure you sleep well before you leave. Okay, so that has been my guide to safety at a con. It's just to make sure you're safe, that you have all your stuff, and that your stuff is safe. So hopefully the next con you go to, you can have a blast, you can have fun, and hopefully you can be safe. So till next time, peace out. Also, I'm thinking I might make another video sort of like this. So yeah, just look out for that in the future. Peace.